Oh yeah, I couldn't be happier. Welcome to Vinny's Talk, man. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Um, if I sound a little sick, it's because I am. Welcome to the review of Wicked for Good. And man, oh man. First of all, I want to say welcome you guys to Vinny's Talk. Brand new background, brand new artwork. Got Vinny's Talk. Actually did some artwork right here. Inspired by. Let me get some water, guys. Inspired by Wicked. And actually, when I went to the theater, I went to AMC, right? And the AMC by my house, not too far from where I live, said they don't have posters, and I was just like, really? The other AMC, a little ways down the road, supposedly had posters, and I asked the other theater to check to see if they had them, and the girl, she called down to the manager and she said, no, they're not. They don't have posters. They ran out. Little did I know, little did we all know, right? I was like, no way, dude, because I know the AMC Dolby Theater always has posters. The AMC, the other theater that I go to, and lo and behold, I went to the other theater, and they had posters, and I was just so upset because I was just like, dude, this other freaking theater said that they ran out. I'm like, bro, they're just trying to finesse me because they wanted me to go to their showing, and I was just like, nah, bro, if you ain't got posters, you ain't got merch, the merch that I'm looking for, the Glinda or Elphaba or anything like that. I was just like, bro, I'm going to the other one, the other theater. I like it better, AMC. And shout out to AMC and um for all the beautiful stuff that they had there. And I took some beautiful pictures. If you guys see my shorts, but Wicked for Good, man. All I gotta say is this is the review, guys. If you guys don't want to know any spoilers or anything, you guys should just leave now because I want to give you guys a little bit of input of what I thought about this movie, and obviously my reaction, my initial reaction watching the movie, and I feel like I need to see it at least 3 more times, right? I'm gonna see it at least 3 more times. Obviously the music was freaking amazing. Every Day More Wicked, The Wicked Witch of the East, As Long As You're Mine. Oh my God, As Long As You're Mine. I feel like Cynthia Erivo, she straight up killed these songs, right? Straight up sang with a passion. And all I could say is that, obviously we're not at the first film when you compare the first film to Wicked for Good. I feel like Cynthia has always been very great. And when you talk about Wicked, actually the musical, and then you compare it to this new series of Wicked, it's so much different, but so much. I feel like it's really good. And when I mean different, I mean like it's more updated, but at the same time, you always get that essence of where the story comes from. And if you read the books, you know about Wicked. Like for me, I've always drawn back and gone back to the 1930s film The Wizard of Oz. The story of Oz, the Emerald City, and I don't know, I've always loved The Wizard of Oz. Everything about, the Munchkin Land and the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wicked Witch of the East, how she died, and Dorothy took her red ruby slippers off the Wicked Witch of the East. And I feel like in this film, they showed that a little bit with Cynthia's sister, Elphaba's sister, passed away. And it was very sad, but at the same time, there were so many good scenes in this movie. I mean, No Good Deed, that song No Good Deed is freaking powerful. So Cynthia Erivo, she straight up just hammered it, just epically sang that song, and you could just feel it. A lot of emotion. I feel like a lot of emotion songs. I got very emotional Yeah, my guy. And what do you want me to say, man? It's Vinny. Yeah, it got a little emotional in there. No Good Deed. Cynthia Erivo, man. The Girl in the Bubble, obviously Ariana Grande. Shout out to Ariana and Cynthia. There's so many songs that were in this new soundtrack, in this new movie, that really hit you hard. And the thing I want to separate from the first film and this film, I feel like right away they went into the story, right? Like right away they showed Elphaba coming back to the Yellow Brick Road, and the whole thing with the animals. And I feel like that was a really big push. The animals having the rights to live and be in Emerald City. Sorry guys, I need the water because I'm dealing with this freaking virus, and I was just like, bro, I gotta make the video, I gotta make the review. Yeah, and I made this hat, by the way, too. And I got a brand new poster of Miss Ariana Grande. And like I said before, man, I feel like I have to see Wicked for Good at least two or three more times before I actually could buy it. Before they actually release it, God knows when they're going to release it, right? Hopefully they release it not too soon. I mean, obviously not too soon, but at the same time, hopefully they don't take forever to release it, because I'm eager to buy it. So we got, The Girl in the Bubble, No Place Like Home. And the first film was all about, I feel like, Elphaba's story. I got my Wicked gear on. The first film was about Elphaba's story, and I really feel like Wicked for Good was a perfect send-off for like the final finale of Wicked, this updated Wicked series. And it really dug into Ariana Grande's Glinda story. I like how they showed Glinda as a little girl, how she really became Glinda, how she became this little girl with dreams and passions and everything. And there's so much to the story. There's so much in this movie that you really get out of this movie, that you could really go back into the whole story of the musical and learn from it. But I really feel like this one, this really goes back to Glinda's story. I mean, this movie, obviously, yes, it's about Elphaba and Glinda, but at the same time, I feel like, man, Glinda really shines in this film. And not to say that, the songs that Cynthia sang very amazingly, and she's just so epic. She's just so legendary. But Ariana Grande, man, as Glinda in this Wicked for Good, I feel like it's so good. And even the Tin Man, Ethan Slater, man, give it up for Ethan Slater as a Tin Man. And at the end, when you just thought that it was over, and what I'm saying, like Elphaba passed away and all this stuff, and it's just like, bro, you got Fiyero coming down in the clutch, and never would have thought that he would be the Scarecrow and come away with all this stuff. And you think about that, man, this guy was the soldier, and you got the battle scene with Elphaba and Glinda, their cat fight. Hey, bro, that cat fight was sick. I have to admit that was good. I mean, the battle between them, everything about that was just crazy. If you guys are just joining, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. We're on a podcast. We're not feeling good, and we're still doing it, man. No excuses, man. No excuses. We got to get it done. So yeah, man, this is my review to Wicked for Good. Obviously, For Good, the song, I feel like for this movie, it's probably one of the greatest songs throughout the whole soundtrack series, even from the first movie. And like I said, I don't like to think and compare it to the first movie. Obviously, the first movie was magical, right, guys? Magical. And this movie's magical too, and I feel like it's magical in its own way. And when I got this poster, it's actually double-sided. I got Elphaba on one side and Ari on this side. If you guys are just joining, man, we're talking about Wicked for Good, my review, and Vinny's talk, right? A little artwork, You know what I'm saying? A little new setup here. You know, always gotta change it up for the better. No, I only change it up a few times just because I don't know. I like to change it up sometimes, but The Girl in the Bubble, all these different songs, man. Uh No Good Deed is just like, bro. You know what I'm saying? The way that Cynthia sings a song and, you know, going through the Rimpery and wow, bro. It's just crazy. Like going through all these different songs. Even Jeff Goldblum's song, Wonderful with Ari and Cynthia. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Man, bro, like, I'm just like at awe at words. Cause I'm like, man, I gotta see this movie again and again and again. But yeah, guys, you know, I'm trying to give you guys my honest reaction even when I'm sick. So I'm just like, man, bro. But all I could say is Wicked for Good is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. And obviously Wicked, the first film is one of my favorites as well. But man, Wicked for Good is definitely up there. So yeah, man. I want to thank you guys for joining, you know, this review. We got more reviews coming, and when I feel better, I'm going to do more reactions. But man, like I said, my voice is a little hoarse right now. Doesn't sound that all that good. But I was just like, man, dude, I have to do some type of review, some type of reaction after I see this movie, because I feel like I needed to talk about it. You know, I know they're not. I know they're done with this series, but I feel like there's still more to the story of Oz. As far as Wicked goes, between Elphaba and Glinda, and you know, Elphaba riding out into the sunset. Hey, man, I mean that's how the story goes sometimes, you know. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. You know, from the beginning to the middle part. Low key, I knew if Fiero and Elphaba were like secretly in love, and you know the battle scenes, little battles, a little cat fight. That shit was off the chain. I felt like we deserved that. We got little hints in of Wizard of Oz. We got little. We didn't get. I thought we were gonna get more of that, like with Wizard of Oz, with little things, and I loved how they showed like Dorothy and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. That was pretty cool. But obviously, you know, Ariana Grande shined. I feel like so much. Glinda, Elphaba, Glinda, Elphaba. They both shined. I mean, but I feel like, you know, the story of Wicked for Good was really about a lot about you know, Glinda's story, and it's just an amazing movie. And I want to thank you guys for joining this review. And you guys, man, you know, I appreciate all the love, the support. And until the next time, guys, you guys know what to do. Peace.